Hi. How's everyone today? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PreStream podcast. I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the PreStream podcast. If you're not here for the PreStream podcast, you're in the wrong place. Oops. But it's all good. You're still welcome. Sometimes people just show up in places they don't intend, and you got to make the best of it, right? So today, oh God. Oh, excuse me. What a way to start. Woo! Today is Friday, the 14th of January, 2022. I am Burpside Phil, and I welcome you here to the PreStream podcast, guys. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. It's the beginning of the weekend. 3 more full-time streaming days here for me. 6 more gameplay streams on the horizon for all of you guys. I'm very excited for what we're about to do today in particular. Today is a great combination of open world chill fun with Skyrim and then my weekly late night session of Street Fighter. So like today, and by the way, not that I don't like everything I've done this week or that what's coming on the weekend. I actually have been having tons of fun with all the game selections and things that we've been doing on streams recently. But today is a special day because it's a really good combination of stuff. Seriously, like I really like this combo, how it's laid itself out this week. And by the way, this was with the schedule being shuffled around. Originally, it was going to be Resident Evil today. But what are you going to do? Sometimes things don't go according to plan, and, you know, one of my streams got canceled, and it is what it is, right? You make the best of it. So, excuse me. I'm pumped. I'm excited for today. If you can't tell, look at me. I'm jumping up. I'm happy. Got my nice Blanca shirt on. That's right, the shirt that I've had since 2009, and I still wear pretty frequently because it's such a fucking awesome shirt made by a fan way back when it was the launch days of Street Fighter 4. The internet was a different place, that's for sure. I was one of the few people covering Street Fighter 4 on a regularly full-time basis, playing sets with every single character, doing some tutorial videos, just having fun with the game. At the time, Blanca was one of my favorite characters in the game, and so someone made this amazingly awesome shirt for me at the time. On the back, it actually says DSP. Can't really see it. It's amazing hand-drawn logo. It says DSP on the back. One of the favorite gifts I've ever gotten from a viewer. And this was back in the early days. I mean, I had only been making videos fall of 2008, early 2009, and someone made this shirt for me. How awesome, right? So anyway, hope you guys are doing well and you guys are ready for a fun streaming weekend here. I am. Today on the PreStream podcast, I'd like to cover a few things. First of all, I would like to talk about last night. Last night was our very first ever Game Pass night. Now, Game Pass night was something that we had actually thought about and almost brainstormed last summer, and it finally came to fruition last night, and it went really well. I want to talk about it because it went really well. The one news story we have to talk about today is in regards to NFTs in the gaming landscape, because there is a giant story going on right now on social media that is exploding. Like a volcano that's built to top capacity and finally erupts. Or like a giant, swollen, infected pimple that finally the pressure has gotten so much that the skin breaks and an eruption of pus just squirts out into the stratosphere. That's what we're talking about with these fucking NFTs, all right? That was disgusting. So we're going to talk about that on the PreStream podcast today, and I'm sure you guys are going to have a great time with me. So before we get to that, a few quick things. Number one, thank you all for all of your support recently, as always. Things have been going really good on the streams. Thank you so much for those of you who attend the streams and like them. No exaggeration. Liking the streams has helped a lot. People now have been saying, I'm finding your content as a result of people liking the streams, people now search. So like today, people might say, I want to find someone playing Skyrim on YouTube. Oh shit, DSPGaming live stream. Because people liked the stream. That's cool. I also want to say thank you to those of you who've been liking and leaving comments on the videos, because it's now starting to sink into people. And I knew it would take a while, but it's starting to sink into be a regular thing to do so. And I actually feel that when the new releases hit in February, some of these very high-profile new releases, right, people are going to start to get into the rhythm now. Oh, it's a new game. It's something new and exciting. I'm going to leave a comment, leave a comment. That's going to make the channel actually get way more prominent, especially when people are searching for people playing games like Horizon Forbidden West or Elden Ring or King of Fighters 15, and they're looking for ongoing coverage. When people are liking and leaving comments on the videos, it's going to be good stuff. Inmate Elvis says he thinks I have a booger hanging there. He does? Hold on. No. No booger. Just a lot of white hairs in my mustache, but no booger. I'm okay. I'm okay checking on that. There was nothing there. No problem. Anyway, so thank you to those of you who not only are watching the content, but are actively remembering to engage with it, meaning like and leave a comment on the content. It's helping dramatically. In fact, just last night, looking at the comments that people left on the videos from the Game Pass night, it's really cool. Some people telling me some things they liked, they didn't like. I'm really enjoying that. It was a really good time. Now people are reacting to me looking at my mustache for boogers. Okay. So please keep that up. FYI, look at this. We're actually gaining a little bit of traction with members. We need to hit 350 to hit the monthly goal for this month. We're about halfway through the month. Okay? If we get 350, number one, it helps the channel with support. Number two, you get tons of benefits if you become a member. But of course, number three, we're going to be doing a Game Pass marathon. Since you guys like the Game Pass night, imagine a whole day stream like that. A whole day we're checking out games off of Game Pass. We're having fun in a chill atmosphere. There'll be a live episode of Feasting with the King during it. I would love to do that. But we need to hit this goal. If you're not a member yet, I don't know what you're holding out for. Seriously, you get so many benefits for being a member. I don't even want to talk about them. The benefits are so good, I don't even have to talk about them. You guys already know. There's no one here on this stream who doesn't know what benefits you get for becoming a member, right? So I'm not going to repeat myself. There you go. Anyway, so let's talk briefly about the schedule. And then let's talk about how Game Pass night went. And then we'll talk about the NFT story. So first of all, the schedule. Today, it's Skyrim Anniversary Edition, continuing on the main gameplay stream. We're finally going to hit up Falkreath after 2 sessions of saying I was going to go there and keep getting distracted by 400 different things around Falkreath. We're finally going to go to Falkreath. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't remember Falkreath. I might once we get there. That's kind of funny because I'm like, oh, I don't remember much about the game. And then when I play, I'm like, oh, I remember that. So we're going to Falkreath, and I wonder what quests will pop up there. I don't personally remember. But I'm sure it's a main story, so I'm sure there's going to be tons of things popping up. Quests. Whenever you walk into one of the cities in this game, 100 people come and bother you. And at first it's kind of annoying, but then you realize they're all handing you quests and shit to do, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. You know, you're a little obnoxious. You're getting up in my face. I'm just a newcomer here to the town, and you're asking me for help. Like, what about the other 400 people that live in Falkreath? You can't ask them? I guess not. I guess they're all assholes. So you got to ask the new guy walking in the door for help with a quest, right? But anyway, it should be a good time. As you know, when we play Skyrim, it's also a chill and fun time. We have a lot of interaction, right? We have a lot of interaction. A lot of fun conversation. It's a good time, and I'm looking forward to it today very much. I'm happy that we get to play Skyrim again today. Later tonight, my weekly late-night throwback session of Street Fighter, also called Friday Night Fights. I look forward to this every week. We have a ton of fun throwing down with people all over the internet in old school Street Fighter. This week, we'll go back to PlayStation, because last week we played on the Xbox Series X. We'll see how it goes. If we end up having a lot of issues with trolls and or not being able to find consistent lobbies, we can always switch over to the Xbox version. I like having that option. Quite frankly, having the ability to bounce back and forth between the two versions, I think is going to be beneficial moving forward, especially because this is a legacy game that's, 4 years old, and having two different, options to go back and forth to is a huge boon, I feel. Remember, on PlayStation, the lobbies work better and there's more people playing, but there's assholes trolling, so it kind of lends to a lot of issues. On the Xbox side of things, there's way less people playing, and there's way less people in the lobbies, but you can actually find some people in the ranked matches. So it's kind of like there's positive and negative to both, okay? So, I'm excited for tonight. I hope you guys are too. That's 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Hope you guys will join me and enjoy the old school Street Fighter fun. All right? Tomorrow, Saturday, will be the continuation of Resident Evil 4. We are heading into the end game from what people who really know the game well are telling me. Probably 2 more streams to beat it, but if I do really well tomorrow, I might actually get near the end. So maybe I wouldn't need an actual main gameplay stream of 3 hours to beat it. Maybe it would be like a main stream and a night stream. I'm not sure. But, I guess we'll see how it goes tomorrow. I'm excited. You know, as you know, the game's grown on me over the playthrough. When I first started playing it on Christmas, I know, Christmas, a great day to start playing it, right? The Christmas marathon. But when I first started playing it, I was a little like, oh, man, it's kind of outdated controls and sluggish movement, no dodge. Like, it's kind of annoying. And then the game kind of grew on me more and more. Now, I every time I play this game, the second time, I understand why people like it so much. It really does have a once you get into it and you get used to the mechanics of the game and what you can and can't do as Leon, it gets better, I feel. And I like fighting the big monsters, and I like fighting the hordes of enemies, and I like taking on different challenges. It's actually quite good now. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too for more tomorrow. And then Saturday night, it's going to be a late night stream of Halo Infinite multiplayer. It's been a good mix the last couple times that we've played this, because now I'm into the ranked matches, but also then when I stopped playing the ranked and I go to the more non-ranked stuff, I seem to whoop ass. Like, I got so, what's the word? Like, serious about it, and or like I really tried hard to do well in my ranked placings. And when I did, I basically kind of kicked it up a notch in the gameplay. So now when I play the non-ranked matches, I literally kick everyone's ass. It's just funny. So that's Saturday night. And Sunday. Sunday, we're going to do more Skyrim on the daytime stream. I decided we're absolutely doing more Skyrim on Sunday. But Sunday night is completely up in the air. So here's some options of things that we could do on Sunday night to end my streaming week. Number 1, we could do more Resident Evil 4. Maybe depending on how far we actually get as the main stream on Saturday will determine if I play it again on Sunday night and we try to finish it up. Okay? Or we could maybe do a more chill stream, like a game like YouTuber's Life 2, a game that I only played like twice since I bought it. So maybe I would do something like that. Or, as a result of last night's Game Pass night stream going really well, and the great feedback that I'm receiving, and by the way, please keep giving me your feedback on both games. The games were Cyber Elite 4 and I Am Fish. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a few moments here. But as a result of that stream doing really well, maybe we can pick one of those games to actually be the late night stream on Sunday, and if it goes well, maybe we can continue to play that game as an ongoing playthrough. Okay? We'll see. I'm leaving Sunday night purposely open so that we can do something cool for the end of my streaming week. Yes, as of this week, I can confirm with you guys, Monday is my day off. I know it's been up in the air all week and we didn't know, but it is true. Monday is my day off for the week coming up. And then I likely will be here streaming the entirety of the next week, like another 6 straight days. But we'll see. Again, it's a new year. Things are going kind of wacky with my wife's schedule, her work. And because of that, that kind of makes my schedule kind of uncertain. But I'll let you know when we find out, okay? Now, Ellipsian just asked a perfectly valid question. His question is as follows. Will you be playing games that did not win the polls for Game Pass night? For those who don't know, there were 16 games that were in the running to be played last night on Game Pass night. Some great games in there. Some games that I'm super duper interested in, and some games that I never even heard of, but people were highly recommending. Obviously, Sniper Elite 4 and I Am Fish won, but that doesn't mean that there weren't other great games in the running that didn't win. So as I announced yesterday, no, I'm never playing those games ever again. I'm sorry. They had one shot to ever be played on my streams. They lost the poll. They're big losers. I don't play with losers, so absolutely not. Those games are permanently banned from my content forever. Dramatic pause. No, I'm being stupid. Of course, they could all be played in the future day. How dumb would it be to immediately say we're never playing those games ever again, right? No. Here's the deal. Whenever there's time in my streaming schedule where we're not inundated with a bunch of new releases and we're looking for something to play between major event-like games, okay, that's the time when we're going to rely on Game Pass. So right now, the ongoing playthroughs are Skyrim and Resident Evil 4. Awesome, right? Love the games. We're having a ton of fun with them. When we have time in the schedule coming up to add a new game, I will go back to Game Pass, and we can go back to those games and do a second poll and see what games people want me to check out of the games that are remaining, etc. Keep in mind, they add new games to Game Pass every month. They also remove games from Game Pass every month, but it's not like they're adding 400 games every month. Usually it's a handful. So what we looked at was essentially a taste of things to come. Let's put it that way, Shang Tsung. Yeah, like those games are going to be games that we're probably going to be going back to the well over and over in the next several months whenever we're looking for something to do between the major releases, you see. So this week coming up, maybe we'll do some more Sniper Elite 4 and I Am Fish. But if we have some time, we'll probably do another Game Pass night, and then we'll check out another 2 games and go from there, you see. Hold on. Oh. Excuse me. At least now when I'm belching, I'm making an active effort to go off camera. Not only am I not belching into the mic, I'm actually trying to completely leave the stream when I do so. The next thing I'll do is I'll actually just run into my bathroom. Anyway, so that being said, yeah, there is potential that we will be playing more games off of Game Pass soon. Not just the ones we did last night, but others as well. However, and this is a big qualifying however for everybody, please keep in mind a couple of things. Number one, there are new releases coming up in January that we're going to be checking out. On January 20th, which is just about a week from now, we've got Rainbow Six Extraction. Oh boy, it sounds like a humdinger, doesn't it? At least it's under Game Pass, meaning there's no need to invest money into playing the game. But out of the last few Tom Clancy outings, there hasn't exactly been a great response nor a great product provided. So I would not be shocked to hear that Rainbow Six Extraction is not an outstanding game. So we'll see what happens with that, but it's coming out on the 20th. And actually, Pokemon Legends Arceus, I forgot the release date. Let's look it up right now. Why not? I'm on the stream. We could do it live. Pokemon Legends Arceus release date. January 28th. Wow, right at the end of the month. Okay, wow, that's right at the end of the month there, right? Oh, man. So, we got 2 new releases that I absolutely will be checking out this month. Not a lot, especially with Rainbow Six Extraction, I'll be honest with you. I foresee myself maybe playing it once or twice, and unless it really blows me away, I don't foresee myself going crazy for this game. I don't think that's going to be that great. It's going to be a co-op game against zombies with people online, and I may only, I'm not going to get everyone's hopes up here, but I may do a little bit, or attempt a little bit of co-op with it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like, for me, I'm not super hyped for it. I'm going to check it out. It's on Game Pass, but I'll probably play it a couple streams. We'll see how it goes. Pokemon I'm more hyped for. A new Pokemon game with actually new mechanics. I mean, holy shit. How often do you get a new Pokemon game with new mechanics in it? Usually it's the same old crap over and over. Not to say that that's bad, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. At the same time, sometimes you want things to feel refreshed and new. And of course, everyone's already crapping on the game. The graphics are terrible and blah, 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 blah. I'm approaching it with a positive attitude, okay? My Pokemon playthroughs have actually been some of the most chill, fun, and interactive ones that I've ever done. So I'm actually very much looking forward to this game. I feel like it's going to be the chill playthrough that's going to continue over the month of February. While I'm doing a ridiculous amount of other new releases, maybe once or twice a week we'll do a late night stream of Pokemon, right? So it'll be a good staple of fun stuff. All right. But anyway, that's really it for January. Everything starts in February, okay? Which is part 2 of what I was going to say. Even though in January there's not a lot going on and there is potential that I'll be doing some Game Pass stuff, keep in mind that in February, that's when the proverbial big turd splatters on the rotating blade air circulation device on your ceiling. That's what it's called, the rotating blade air circulation device. And when that happens, all right, that turd will break into several smaller dingleberry-like turds that will rain down upon you, and you'll be just covered in delicious gaming goodness. Wow. I love these very colorful analogies that I make on the stream. Very descriptive. So anyway, once all those games start coming out in February, number one, we're going to be so busy with new releases, there's not going to be enough time to be talking about filler content with Game Pass. And number two, I really foresee February being a great month for this channel in particular, a month where I think people are going to come and check out DSPGaming possibly for the first time in many, many months, if not years, because it's one of the biggest gaming months of all time. Just to give you some perspective, Dying Light 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Sifu, King of Fighters 15, Elden Ring. That's just the 5 that have ingrained themselves in my brain as the ones I'm most excited for, but apparently there's even more games in February, okay? So it's going to be an insane month of people coming to the streams, checking them out, watching me play all these new releases every day, having a good time, and of course screaming whenever I'm playing a game they didn't want to particularly see that day because people are demanding the new releases be played so much. It's going to be a great feeling. It is. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I also like months like January. This month right now, we're having a ton of fun, right? All the games I'm playing are more chill playthroughs, more relaxed atmosphere, having a good time, having an interaction with you, fun conversation. That's all a part, an important part of being a content creator. It's not just about I'm here to play every big high-profile new release. It's about the great experiences we have between those as well, you see? So, thank you all so far for a great month. Quick reminder, because now we're 20 minutes into the PreStream podcast. If you like my streams and content, in particular, if you like the PreStream podcast, please give the stream a like. It gives the stream more visibility on YouTube. More people will check out the stream today. Thank you in advance. Okay. So now, all that being said, let's talk about how Game Pass night went last night. Okay? You guys voted in droves. One thing I really am enjoying about doing everything here on DSPGaming now is that when I use my community page, which is the main channel page, there's a community tab. When I use that to do polls, you guys respond in droves. Like, within 24 hours, over 1,000 people responded to every single one of the polls that I posted up. There were 4 different polls for choices of games for you guys to pick for Game Pass night. And the top 4 games ended up being Sniper Elite 4, Dead Cells, I Am Fish, and Serious Sam 4. Okay, those are the top 4. And it was a very narrow margin. I'm talking like maybe 30 votes determined the games that ended up actually being the top 2 games that were played on the actual stream. Okay, so the top 2 games ended up being Sniper Elite 4 and I Am Fish. Boy, you couldn't pick 2 more different games. Okay, so first of all, Sniper Elite 4. Keep in mind, I haven't played a Sniper Elite game in many, many years. The last one I played was Sniper Elite 3 when it was a new release. Personally, I didn't like it that much. I got bored of it real quick and didn't really enjoy it that much. Sniper Elite 4 kind of feels like a breath of fresh air, even though it's definitely a game that's not... Let me put it this way. It's very stealth-oriented. Your whole goal in the game is to eliminate a ton of enemies and not get detected, and complete objectives like kill a bunch of officers, blow up a bunch of things that, you know, sabotage Nazi equipment, stuff like that. So it's kind of like... It's kind of like, how can I say this? Jeez, how can I really? It's like Metal Gear Solid, but with a lot more action and violence. I mean, those 3D kills, woo! You walk up with a stealth kill. In Metal Gear Solid, a stealth kill is... In this game, it's, I pull out my knife, I stab you in the heart. It shows the knife piercing through the chest cavity, ripping through the tendons of all your muscles, piercing the heart. Blood explodes out of the wound. The guy's face contorts and says, and he shoots backwards and dies. It's pretty dramatic, but it's also pretty epic, okay? And I like it. We did some pretty cool kills. I didn't get any ball shot kills, but man, we had one. The guy got it in the jaw, and his jaw shattered from, like, left to right, and his bones were squirting out, and I was like, man, he'll be sucking his Wheaties through a straw tomorrow. It's just so much fun. It really is. But, admittedly, I'm not good at it. I haven't played a stealth-type game like this in many years. I was getting detected left and right and sucking. So, it was challenging on top of also being fun. So, I can understand why people actually liked the gameplay, but at the very same time, there's a caveat with a game like this, okay? When I'm playing a game like Sniper Elite 4, although it's very fun to watch me play it, there's very little interaction with the stream chatters. Why? I have to pay attention to the game. The entirety of the game is me paying attention to making sure that I don't accidentally get detected and it blows everything. Because if you get detected in that game, it could take like 5 minutes for you to finally kill and evade all the enemies and get it back to everyone being calm again. So what happened was people were engaged, they liked the content, they were happy with what they were seeing, and then they were disappointed. In that order. Because at first they were like, wow, this is fun. Phil's wisecracking. He's enjoying the X-ray kills. He's taking his time. He's doing good. He's still playing the game. He's not talking to us. He's still playing. And after the hour, everyone was like, why weren't you talking to us? And I was like, well, that's the kind of game it is. You know, it's a very engaging game. I have to be paying attention constantly. If I don't, I blow everything, you see? So it was kind of a mixed bag. I liked the game, but the people on the stream were a little disappointed that it wasn't able to be a fully interactive stream, you see? So then halfway through the stream, we switched over to I Am Fish. Now, there's some things I really like about I Am Fish, and there's things that I'm actually quite disappointed with. What do I like about it? The atmosphere, the graphics, the actual soundtrack are all very cartoony, entertaining, and chill. It's a cutesy game. It's not meant to be super serious. A fish rolling around in a fishbowl across power lines and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. At the same time, it's kind of unique and interesting to figure out how you do stuff because there's actually multiple routes and things you can take through the stages. You're looking for secret items like floating pieces of bread from the predecessor game from this company, I Am Bread. Yes, the I Am Bread game is like directly the game before this in the plot line and everything. The fish eat the I Am bread, which is why they become super intelligent and want to escape. Pretty cool. So, I like I Am Bread. Oops. I like I Am Fish so far. I played the first 3 stages. By the way, by the end of the 3rd stage, it got difficult. You were inside of a jar that you can't just roll in. You have to hit the edges of the jar to change the turning direction, which actually made it significantly challenging because you were doing this across big wooden beams on a giant bridge that was under construction. It was actually really difficult to control. Just being honest, it was very challenging, okay? So, I liked it. But, man, there was one major detriment to this game. The frame rate's not good. And I was shocked at this because it runs on the Xbox Series X. It's a new release. It came out late summer 2021. And it actually runs at sub 30 frames per second most of the time. And that, I mean, is this a game that absolutely you need the best reactions and you absolutely need to have 60 frames per second? No. But man, I'm spoiled. Everything that I play on my Series X is 60 frames, except this game. I don't know what happened that this game runs at only 30 or less, right? I don't get it. I think they should have taken more time to optimize it for the Series X because that's one big detriment to me, that it kind of chugs along. Outside of that, it was very fun. And to give direct comparison to Sniper Elite 4, okay, this game allowed me to relax. It allowed me to interact with you guys because there was no time limit, no rush on anything, except for one segment where you were inside of a rolling mop bucket and an asshole guy with red hair and a heavy accent was chasing you through a park, which was unique because I was like, damn, I never thought I would be a goldfish inside of a mop bucket being chased by a ginger asshole through a park. But hey, gaming is really expanding these days. But outside of that, it kind of just allowed me to chill and relax and have a good time with my audience. We interacted, we had fun conversation. But what I noticed, attendance dwindled. We lost almost 100 viewers from when I was playing Sniper Elite. And I'll be honest with you, support slowed down. During Sniper Elite, people were actually contributing a lot and interacting. And then all of a sudden, when I started playing I Am Fish, it's almost like half the audience just left and said, nah, and they disengaged. So what I'm seeing is that they're totally different kinds of games. Maybe Sniper Elite 4 would be a game that would be more catered towards a main daytime gameplay stream because it's more action-oriented. But people would have to understand, I can't interact with you guys constantly. When I'm playing it, if you guys want me to do shout-outs or talk, I'd have to pause the game. I just have to. The game is based on not being detected. You can't leave it playing when you're trying to have these interactions, you see? Now, I Am Fish is probably the kind of game that's more geared towards a late-night chill stream. People come to the stream with the intention of relaxing with me and having fun conversation while I'm playing a cutesy platforming puzzle game. You see? So two very different kinds of streams. Excuse me. So, here's what I would like you guys to do. First of all, if you haven't had a chance yet, please check out the videos on demand on DSPGaming. Give them a look and see what you think. If you like them, give them a like and leave a comment on them letting me know what you think. Dependent on your feedback, okay? I may, as early as Sunday night, I may actually continue some of these playthroughs, okay? We'll see. We'll see how people react to it, because I just played it last night and we still got, several days before Sunday night. But I'm curious to see what your guys' feedback is, if you want me to play one of these as an ongoing playthrough right away, or what you would like to see, okay? So that was good. I really enjoyed Game Pass night, and what I will tell you is this. I think it was definitely a successful experiment. People really seem to enjoy it. You know what they say, variety is the spice of life. It's one thing to be always doing ongoing narrative-based constant playthroughs. That's fine. But it's also nice to just do some different stuff every once in a while. And as I explained to you guys last year, when I got my Xbox Series X, thank you so much to the fan who donated it, right? Game Pass completely has changed the way that I can cover games, because it allows me to check out a wide variety of games without tons of money investment, you see? So because of this, I now have the ability to check out new games like this, or games that I missed out on in the past, like Sniper Elite 4 from 2017, right? But it actually gives me opportunity to mess with these games and have no commitment to them. So if we don't like them, we don't ever have to play them again. But at the very same time, it gives me the ability to check out a wide variety of them and not have any kind of risk involved, right? You guys have always told me over the years, man, Phil, you realize that there's other streamers and content creators that literally they have a day where they sit down, they'll play 5-6 games, right, back to back, and they don't ever go back to them ever again. It's just a day of them messing around with those games. And I'm like, yeah, but you got to understand something about them. You're talking about people who are definitely much bigger than me. Let's be honest here. You're talking about people who probably have 2, 3, 4 times my viewership, people who probably have sponsorships with these companies, so they're getting everything for free, or they have so much money because they're so popular, they can afford to buy 6, 7 games and just play them once. I can't do that, you see? I'm limited in what I can do. I'm just like you guys. I'm not someone rolling in unlimited funds. I'm not the chosen content creator who gets everything for fucking free and gets his butt kissed by these companies. I just got to pick and choose what I play, just like you. So Game Pass has completely opened my capabilities with the fact that I don't have to be investing that much money in every game. Just perspective here. Last night would have been what? Probably like $20 for Sniper Elite 4 and what, like $20, $30 for I Am Fish just for 2 hours, when I spent, what is it, $13 a month for Game Pass? You see? So there you go. It was pretty damn awesome. It was. I'm really enjoying this, and this is definitely something, since it was successful last night, absolutely, when we have opportunity, when things are slowing down with releases and ongoing playthroughs and we have time, absolutely, I would love to do Game Pass nights from time to time. We'll do a poll. You guys will vote for a couple days, determine the games, we play them. It'll be a good time. All right? So again, don't worry if the games that you wanted to see get played didn't get played last night. There's still 14 other games there in the running that we can do another poll and we can determine what's next. Sound good? Awesome. All right, now before we get to shout-outs, I have a major story to talk about today, folks. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, NFTs. Now, hold on a second, because what I should really do is this. I should say, ladies and gentlemen, NFTs. Oh, NFTs. Non-fuckable tokens. That's what it stands for, right? No. What does it stand for? I actually don't even remember. I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember what the terminology stands for. No. NFTs. All right? Essentially, what is an NFT? An NFT is, basically, in a nutshell, something that's digitally sold, and if you buy it, you have the unique rights to it forever, unless you also decide to sell it yourself. So let's say, for example, someone makes a piece of digital artwork. Okay, here's a good example. Mega Man holding a Hadouken. Someone makes you a piece of digital artwork like this, and by the way, they own the rights to it. This obviously is a licensed character This is an example. Imagine if this wasn't Mega Man. Imagine if this was Mega Dude, and he was a different color, and he had like a blonde hair or something. So someone makes you this picture, okay? And they sell this to you as an NFT for $5 billion. That's just a hypothetical. So now, you uniquely own the rights to this non-fuckable token. What it means is that you're the one who owns it. No one else has a right to buy or sell it. No one else has a right to use this in anything. You own the rights to this. Okay? Now, Mega Man does have blonde hair? No, he doesn't. He has brown hair. I've seen enough Mega Man shit. I know he has brown hair. How dare you even say something like that to me? You're upsetting me. Okay, so, that being said, all right, an NFT has no value unless you can prove that you own the real rights to it. And I guess what they do is they attach some kind of a digital coding or something to it to prove that it's genuine. Because what a lot of people have said is, well, that's great. Someone sells you a JPEG of Mega Man holding a Hadouken. It means nothing unless you can prove it's the original and you have the rights to it, right? So I guess the real value, what you're buying is there's like a code or something associated with it to say you own that outright forever unless you transfer the ownership of that, okay? So basically what it is, how can I say? All right, you know the Mona Lisa that's over in what is it? Is it the Louvre that it's in over in France? I don't remember where they house the Mona Lisa. Incredibly famous painting. Everyone knows what it is, right? Well, someone actually owns physically the Mona Lisa, and it has tons of value because it's the original. Now, everyone's seen the Mona Lisa. We've seen copies of it. There's pictures of it all over the fucking internet. But one person actually owns the original, and that's the one that has value because it's the original, right? So that's the idea behind NFTs, only not physical, but digital. Someone owns the rights to the original digital, while everyone else is just looking at copies. You see what I'm saying? It's a stupid idea in my opinion. I actually think it's dumb as shit. I really don't think it makes sense. There you go. The digital ledger is a blockchain. Now, people will talk about blockchains and the good things and bad things about blockchain forever. I'm not going to talk about that shit. I don't care. All I know is basically what people are trying to do is say that there's a digital original for everything digital on the internet, and you can own the rights to the digital original, and there's coding that will prove that you're the digital owner of that original piece, and therefore that original piece is the valuable one. All right? Do I think that makes any sense? No. I actually think it's incredibly stupid, and really, where controversy has started to emerge recently is that game developers are actually trying to bring NFTs into the gaming world. The perfect example of this just happened last month. Ubisoft, okay, basically came out and said, we're going to have NFTs in a Tom Clancy Ghost Recon game. They put it into a game that was terrible and failed. It came out like 2-3 years ago. No one bought it. But they had these unique pieces of armor and like unique skin for a gun or something. So it didn't really like change the game. It was no big deal. But what's hilarious is they put these into the game as unique. You can only have them if you own the original rights to them. No one else can have these pieces of armor. No one else can have the skin for your gun or whatever it is. So they wanted to see, hey, let's experiment. Let's see what happens. They put it in the game and no one cares. In fact, people found them on sale online for like $10. Like, no one wants these things. No one thinks there's any value to them. Now, I've heard so many different arguments about NFTs, that they can add tons of intrinsic value to games and or the gaming landscape, that they could completely destroy everything and make everything a buy transaction kind of a deal. Imagine if you're playing Mario Kart. Cool. Driving around as Mario. Actually, my favorite character is Luigi, or excuse me, Yoshi in the Mario Kart game. So I'm driving around as Yoshi, right? But imagine you could spend extra money to buy an NFT of a special cart where the wheels are eggs, and those egg wheels make you go faster and handle corners better. So you spent extra money to buy a unique item that only you can have in the game, and now you perform better in the game because of it. Well, that's pay to win, and that's what a lot of people are afraid of. It's one thing if NFTs are just cosmetic. Oh, you put a piece of artwork on my body, I look different, big deal, right? But if you're now making it pay to win to play these games, I think that people are actually going to have a lot of issue with. That's not what we want. We don't want a pay to win scenario. And is this what these companies are now going to do? Will they nickel and dime the customer and say, hey, this game's incredibly, cripplingly fucking difficult, but if you buy the NFT, you'll turbo through it, right? Anyway, this is kind of where a lot of the problems coming in the realm of game and NFTs. Also, apparently, now I don't even understand how this works. People seem to say that with NFTs, something about the way that they work or something, it takes up a lot of energy. Like, people have been saying that I guess people can mine energy for this fucking thing, and I don't understand this at all. This is like, maybe it's my old brain doesn't understand everything behind it, but I don't understand how a digital piece of content that's being said that it's the original content and the rights are being held for a lot of money, how this ends up being like something that uses a lot of energy. But a lot of people basically are like open arms about this, and they're like, if everything becomes an NFT, you're gonna have monstrous power use and it's gonna fuck the world up. Okay, I'll believe you. I'll just take your word for it, because obviously I'm too stupid to understand that part. Okay, I really am. Like, maybe it's just that I just don't care. I just don't want to look into it, because I'm sure I could research it and figure it out. But I start to get a headache when I think about this shit. I'm like, you know, I just think the whole idea is dumb to begin with. Okay? HoboX says, you run hashing calculations on your GPU for hours. Why would you do that? What does that have to do with the NFT? That's what I don't understand. It's the blockchain that supports the NFTs that uses a lot of energy. A lot of computers maintain the blockchain. The back-end infrastructure relies on blockchain, the same thing that powers Bitcoin and crypto. It's what makes the blockchain. So what's a blockchain? So wait, well, you're telling me, wait a minute. Wow, I'm having a revelation today. So the blockchain is based on ongoing hashing calculations. Because there's an ongoing process that continuously calculates, someone can't claim the rights to your NFT because the rights are constantly changing because of a calculation that keeps going. Whoa. Whoa. I need a drink. Woo! That grain alcohol's good. Man, that's how it works? Blockchain is a system in which a record of transactions made in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency are maintained across several computers that are linked in a peer-to-peer network. So, anyway, the reason we're talking about this today is because a lot of people are up in arms. In fact, here you go. Kratos just said, NFTs are a ripoff. It's just like the art collecting world. It's just there to launder money. A lot of people are actually under this impression. They're like, who the fuck cares who owns the original digital fucking rights to Mega Man holding a fucking Hadouken? You know, like, what does this matter? Everyone could see this. You're watching this on a stream right now. People could rip a Mega Man holding a Hadouken from my stream and use it however they want. And what am I going to do? Sue them all because I own the original rights to it? Of course I'm not. So it doesn't make any sense if you own the original rights to this piece of art or not. It doesn't fucking matter. Everyone knows what the fucking Mona Lisa looks like. No one's going to say, oh, you hide those digital copies of the Mona Lisa, right? No, of course not. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. That's stupid. So what really is the intrinsic value of an NFT? Do you want to know the answer? Nothing. It's worth fucking nothing. It's stupid as fuck. It's fluff. It's nonsense. It's humans being so over fucking pretentious with themselves. They're just fucking diddling with themselves, thinking that this has any fucking value. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But people are so dumb. They're willing to spend ridiculous amounts of money to own the rights to fucking Mega Man holding a Hadouken. Because they're that fucking stupid. Okay. The reason we're bringing this up today, let's actually get to the meat of our discussion here. Okay? Anytime someone starts talking about NFTs in the landscape of video games, people get up in arms. This has been over the last several months. You have several companies like Square Enix coming out and saying, we want to integrate NFTs into our content. It came out that Sega is currently working to work NFTs into their content. Apparently, all these companies are seeing this as big money. Oh my God, this is our big opportunity to make bank for literally fucking nothing. We put no effort, we'll sell everything as an NFT, make profits, right? Well, this big, ginormous, controversial thing happened last night, featuring someone who I've talked about over the years in a very comedic way, but also in a very respectful way. You may have heard of him. His name is Troy Baker. He's a very well-renowned voice actor, okay? This is the guy who voice acted as so many prominent characters over the years. I mean, just to give you some example, he was the protagonist of BioShock Infinite. He was the Joker in several video games, okay? Batman video games. He was characters in Metal Gear Solid 5, all right? Among many other, he's done so many voices for so many games. I mean, Last of Us series, etc., etc., etc. We could sit here and talk about the body of his work for 100 hours because the guy is very, very good at what he does. I want to preface this by saying I think Troy Baker is one of the best voice actors in the industry, right? No, I don't think anyone can even dispute that. With the body of work he's put out there, the variety of voices, the range, he's great at what he does. When you play a game with Troy Baker as a voice actor, you're in for a treat, okay? That doesn't mean he's not an asshole, okay? And this is actually what I think a lot of people have issue with, is in life, people have a major issue separating the art from the actual person who makes the art. We've talked about this over the years, how there have been many famous filmmakers and directors, okay, who make amazing movies, like outstanding, high-quality artistic movies that you will watch again and again and enjoy for the rest of your life, right? Then you find out that the guy's a scumbag. He's a piece of shit. He's terrible in his personal life. He's an awful person. Terrible scandals, awful things about the person. And the question is, can you separate the art from the asshole, right? It's an important question in life. Can you do that, okay? So why are we bringing this up today? Troy Baker last night, 13 hours ago on Twitter, made the following post. I'm not kidding. I'm going to read it word for word so that I'm not misrepresenting what he says, okay? I'm partnering with @VoiceVerse NFT to explore ways where together we might bring new tools to new creators to make things and allow everyone a chance to own and invest in the IPs that they create. We all have a story to tell. You can hate or you can create. What'll it be? And then he posts up his NFT. That's his NFT. I'm showing it to you right now. That's the Troy Baker NFT. That is the Troy Baker NFT. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, in 13 hours, he was quote tweeted 10,000 times, only got about 1,600 likes. But if you start reading the responses to this shit, this guy lit a fire under the ass of the internet. I'm just going to read word for word a couple of the responses that Troy Baker got from his NFT announcement. All right? Troy, this isn't just even an I hate NFTs for the sake of having shit to hate thing. NFTs have huge consequences. You can hate or you can create is so petty, and it's such a middle finger to all the artists who have already been affected negatively by NFTs. You're better than this. 17,900 likes. Holy shit. This line actually pisses me off. Like, I do not spend all this time drawing, making characters, pouring my blood, sweat, and tears into stories just so NFT bros can make shitty edits or even steal this shit in order to make a quick buck. That's not creating at all. Almost 5,000 likes. A lot of folks will come at you with a lot of info about why this is no good. I hope you'll be the type of man you seem to want to be and listen to them, and not just the ones telling you what you want to hear. You're one of the greats, but I won't be with you on this one, sir. 7,000 likes. Let's see here. Hold on. There was a really good one that I wanted to read. Now I can't find it. Son of a bitch. I mean, the memes are ridiculous. You got Jerry Seinfeld getting up and saying, I had enough of this. I'm getting the fuck out of here, and getting out of his seat and walking away. You got the Captain Picard facepalm. I mean, you could go on and on and on and on and on reading these responses. This is a good one. I think the mistake was looking up to a minor celebrity just because he voiced character people liked. Wow. Damn. Damn. That's a rough one. Holy fuck. That's a rough one. Okay? Here's a good one. I understand why they sound like creative freedom at face value, but NFTs have caused undeniable harm to both artists and the environment. There is no good reason to jump on this bandwagon at all. Here's one from a fellow content creator, Co-Carnage. You know Co-Carnage? He responded to Troy, and he says the following. Step 1, read over all the replies and quote tweets. Step 2, realize this is not the time for NFTs in the gaming space. Step 3, review any contracts that you sign and see how you get the hell out of them. Step 4, withdraw from said contracts. And step 5, apology post stating that you withdrew. To which someone actually responded to Co-Carnage and said, realize this is not the time for NFTs in the gaming space. There will never be a time for NFTs in the gaming space. So this is just great. Like, holy crap. I don't think I've actually, like, seen this much negativity tossed towards something this quickly in a very, 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 very long time. Okay? Now, the reason I'm really bringing this up is you could argue that this is all about NFTs, all right? Which it is. It definitely is. And I'm kind of in agreement with people. I think NFTs are stupid. I do think NFTs could be harmful. And definitely NFTs are going to, if they get ingrained in every aspect of content creation, in every aspect of game creation, in every aspect of just creation in general, you're going to have a monetized world where everything is a nickel and dime, right? And I don't think anyone wants that. I think we can all collectively sit here today and agree we don't want that. We want things to be fun and open and interesting and have freedom to discuss things and freedom to enjoy art and not have to sit here and pay for every piece of everything, right? It's ridiculous that this is becoming like this. And when you have one of the best voice actors in the world literally saying you can hate or you can create, basically saying jump with us on the make money greed bandwagon or else fuck off. I mean, wow. That's a pretty bold statement from someone like this, all right? Now, I have a couple of things to say about this. First of all, I already told you, I don't think NFTs have any intrinsic value. I think it's just another case of humans being so over pretentious with themselves and so over the top believing that what they do is important. They have this such incredible inflated idea of self-importance of human creation and human existence that they actually think that every single thing is worth $1 bajillion that they do. You're telling me, no really, you're telling me that this fucking thing is going to have some giant value. This little cartoony picture that says Troy Baker behind it is going to have some... That's like saying, all right, right now you're watching my live stream. Do you see down here in the corner there's a DSPGaming logo? Man, that's an NFT. That's worth like $40 billion. Let me tell you guys. Because that's the essence of DSPGaming right there. Everything I've ever done in the 13, 14 years of content creation is encapsulated in DSPGaming logo right there. And that's, you know, like, what are you talking about? What is it? It's nothing. Why is there value in that? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay? It doesn't make any sense logically. But now these people want to claim like it does because honestly, what is it? It's this. I want to make a ginormous amount of money for no effort. So I will try to convince people out there who believe me because I'm some kind of a notable figure that this stupid doodle has value behind it and you should pay me for it for the exclusive rights, right? Like, what are you talking about, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. What the fuck are you saying? You made something out of nothing. You literally reached into your ass and pulled out a turd and said, here's some value. NFT it. Like, what are you talking about, man? And this is the thing, like, some people buy into this and they believe it and they're out there spending money on this shit. Exactly correct, Team Terrahawk. He says, well, if no one buys it, it's worthless. You're right. At the very same time, sadly, people are stupid. And let's be honest, Troy Baker has a large following of people who follow him and like him. There will be people who will moronically buy his NFT for $40,000. I'm not kidding, they will. They're that stupid. And now, how do you stop stupid people from changing the world if NFTs are become a rampant thing everywhere, right? It sucks, but this kind of thing definitely happens. It does. Trust me. There was a fucking thing called a pet rock, and it was popular. A pet fucking rock. Like, you can't find one outside right now for free. So anyway, that's definitely one of the problems here, is when you have a prominent figure like this, gaming companies coming out, and everyone's saying we want to do NFTs to make extra money for nothing. Okay? It's dangerous, I feel. That's number one. But number two, let's talk about Troy Baker a little bit. Because, ladies and gentlemen, over the years, I have absolutely made fun of the guy, and some people felt that I was completely unfair. And fair enough. I will tell you that any time that I made fun of his appearance, and any time that I kind of called him a hipster douchebag, that was completely unfair. However, sometimes, the planets align, all right? A comet flies by, and I'm right. Okay? It's not often. But sometimes I am actually right about a few things. Troy Baker has had a increasingly disturbing history over the years of showing us that he's a fucking asshole. Okay? And again, I gotta emphasize, he's one of the best voice actors in the industry. If you want a AAA top-notch game, you're likely going to want to get Troy Baker as a voice actor for your game, because that's his craft and he's a master of it. I am not here to say a negative thing whatsoever about Troy Baker's voice acting capabilities. He's amazing. But as a person, he's a grade A turd. This guy over the years has shown time and time again that he thinks that he is so much better than everyone else. He's smarter than everyone else. He's an artiste, right? So he's so over pretentious and up his own ass about everything that he's involved in and everything that he does. He feels he's above reproach. He feels that he's literally better than you. No, really, I mean it. Like, he said that. You go look at his tweet history, go look at the things he said in interviews. This is the guy, all right, who he was part of a song for BioShock Infinite. And actually, this was one of the very first times that I ever made fun of the guy. He really insisted on having a music video of him playing his guitar and singing this song with the female voice actress from BioShock Infinite in the credits of the game. He felt that the song that he made as part of the game was so good that he needed to be superimposed into the credits as himself with the voice actress, as if they're like, you know, an actual band or something. Okay? This is the kind of guy that he is. You understand? And I made fun of that watching the credits of BioShock Infinite. I'm just making hilariously laughing at it. Okay? But people made fun of me and said, oh, I was wrong. How dare I? You know what I'm saying? How dare I? Over the years, there's just been many, many things the guy has done. And again, you could tell in his demeanor, you could tell in the way that he talks, the way that he conducts himself. But of course, everyone could say, oh, that's just subjective, right? But then the whole situation with The Last of Us 2 happened, okay? During the time that The Last of Us 2 was coming out, and the game was basically being attacked from all directions. In some cases, for some really good reasons, and in other cases, for terrible, awful, unfair, God-forsaken, stupid, bigoted, dumb fuck reasons, okay? Troy Baker literally came out during that time frame and said to everyone publicly, unless you're part of the creative process of a game like The Last of Us 2, you have no right to criticize it. He said that. He basically said, unless you have made an amazing artistic piece, you have no right to criticize the artistic piece. Right? He said this. So I want you to just think about this for a second. Okay? Just for one fucking second. Unless you've actually been a painter, you can't say whether or not you like a painting that you saw at an art museum. Unless you've actually been a chef, you can't actually say if you like the food you're eating at the restaurant that you paid for the food at. If you're not actually a game developer, you can't actually say if you like or you don't like the video game that you paid money to play. What the fuck is he talking about? He's a moron. He's an asshole. He's a fucking idiot. That's the most boneheaded, vapid statement I've ever heard ever. It doesn't even make any logical fucking sense. Everyone has a right to an opinion. He's literally saying, unless you've done what we do, you have no right to an opinion on it. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know how you get that kind of formulation in your head. Literally, the guy lives so far up his own butthole. He's insulated himself from any kind of outside criticism or discussion. He literally says everything I do is perfect. I was a voice actor in The Last of Us 2. This game is above reproach. It cannot be criticized because I was a part of it. You weren't a part of that process. Who the fuck are you to criticize something I was involved in, dude? Like, that's literally what he's saying. The guy is a fucking dick. Like, seriously, how can you act like that, right? And the fact that anyone has respect for the guy as a voice actor makes tons of sense. But how the fuck can you have respect for a guy who literally says your opinion doesn't matter because I'm an artist and I'm better than you? Which is literally what he said again and again and again and again over the years. This is not a one-time thing. He's got a history of being over pretentious, of being douchebaggy, of being a guy who generally is not someone who a normal person would want to associate with because he thinks that he is holier than thou, the biggest infallible artiste out there when it comes to video games and voice acting and the music that he makes and all that shit. Okay? Now listen. I like the guy's work. I'm going to, again, outright say this because for some reason in the human condition is this weird thing where people are like, either you outright like something or you hate it. Wrong. That's not actual mature adult thinking. You have to understand that humans are complex beings. Okay? They are. And they have many different pieces to them, many different sides to them. You could very much like one thing a person stands for and a person does and dislike something about them as well. And that's okay. You can separate the art from the person. I like Troy Baker's voice acting. I think that he's a great voice actor and one of the best in the industry. I like the games he's in. He definitely adds something to it, an air of professionalism, a flair, a uniqueness to his characters that I love. But the guy as a person, I hate him. And that's just my take. You could disagree. You could like the guy if you want. But for me, with the shit that I've seen that this guy has said and done over the years, it's kind of like he is the one major, really over-the-top, over-pretentious douchebag actor of gaming. Because we've had douchebag actors in movies. Many, many times over the years you hear about this actor is an asshole. He's hard to work with. He thinks he's the big shit and everything. He's the big cheese. The actor won't even act on the movie unless we bring him a giant bowl of fucking just blue M&Ms, right? That's Troy Baker in a nutshell when it comes to who he is in the gaming industry. You see what I'm saying? So, is it any surprise that absolutely no one likes NFTs and Troy Baker announces, hey everyone, I've got a major partnership with an NFT company to make big money. Either you can hate or you can create, right? Like either you're with me or you're against me. So if you like me and you're for good voice acting and you're good for good video games and good talent, you got to be with the NFT crowd. If not, you're an asshole. No, actually, by you saying that, you've proven you're the asshole, right? It's almost like Troy thinks that just because he is a talent, that he now basically has the rights to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talented, so now I'm infallible. I'll just sell a bunch of NFTs, make a ton of money. I don't care if you like it or not, right? That's what he's saying. And it's funny because if you read some of these, the thread on Twitter, there's people who are like crying. I'm not even kidding. Like, they're like, Troy, I want you to know something. You inspired me through your work to become a voice actor, and I've tried so hard and I've broken into the industry and now it's my job, and I'm crying because you're acting like this. Like, I can't believe that someone who I looked up to is actually like acting like this and not understanding the repercussions of what you're doing and basically you're doing it for greed. And it's incredibly disappointing because you're someone who I liked or inspired me, and now I'm finding out who you really are. Okay? That's literally what people are doing now. I'm reading it, I'm like, wow. So, to put this into perspective, okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's almost like Troy can't understand that art is more important than the money you make through art. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, his body of work, what he's done, will be way more important to the world than the money that was made as a result of the work. But in his mind, either you hate or you create, right? So either you're a creator like me who's so amazingly crazy good and infallible, or you're hating on me. He doesn't see he's black or white. His mindset is literally black and white. He can't see past that mentality. If I create, I have a right to be filthy rich and make tons of money, right? It's kind of like he's the Scrooge. And I know we're past Christmas, but he's the Scrooge of the gaming artistic community. Like, while everyone else is more about, oh, let's make the art or whatever, he's like, well, let's make the art, but man, we got to make some fucking bank when we're doing this, and who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck about what anyone else says? I don't care. Oh, NFTs are hurting people? Well, better to extinguish the surplus population, right? Make everything better by getting rid of those excessive people who are getting hurt by the NFTs, right? Yeah, like Troy Baker is like, he's like the Grinch, okay? After the Grinch has stolen all of the toys, the presents, the decorations, and everything Christmas-like from the Who's down in Whoville, and he's at the top of his mountain, and he's got his fingers like this, and he's looking down, because he's got everything now. He took it all, right? Because he deserves it. And he looks down. And yet, he looks down, and the Who's, on Christmas morning, they still come out, and they're singing Davu Dores anyway. Davu Dores, Davu. But he's like, but I don't get it. Those Who's aren't filthy rich. Those Who's aren't rolling in money, and those Who's don't have their NFTs up to their eyeballs. It's almost like they like video games for the art in games. Now, the difference is that Troy Baker's heart doesn't grow 2 sizes when everyone said that. Instead, Troy Baker went back to his Grinch cave and he counted all the coins over and over that he stole from the Who's, you see. But the point I'm making here is that this guy doesn't seem to be able to understand that NFTs are incredibly harmful to not only the gaming industry, but possibly even the world as a whole. This is why a lot of people don't want them, because the energy use, right, with these blockchain bullshit, the fact that everything can be nickel and dime, and the fact that you've got people who actually are trying to overvalue digital pieces of nothing, right? Again, if you want to talk about over pretentious, that's humans in a nutshell. Let's overvalue things that literally have no actual practical value in life. That's humanity. Like, that's what we're good at. We're good at saying we're more important and we value things that are just fucking stupid, right? That's NFTs in a fucking nutshell. And Troy thinks he has the right to do that because he's a creator. Either hate or create. Like, what the fuck kind of attitude is that to have? Either you're with me or you're against me. I will not listen to anyone. Right? I don't know. This could be the beginning of many different things. It could be the beginning of the end for this guy, because public opinion at one point was very with this guy and loved him as a voice actor. And like I said, I'll tell you this. If there's a game that Troy Baker voice acts in, I'll still buy it. I like his work. I'm not buying the game because I'm supporting his NFT. If I have to buy an NFT from Troy Baker to play a game, I'm not going to do it. But if I'm going to buy a game and he's a voice actor in it, I like his work. I'm okay with that. By the way, I also don't have to like him. And I don't. I'll tell you, I just don't like the guy. I don't like his attitude. I don't like his opinions on shit. I think that he's so far up his own butt, thinking that he's so immune to any kind of criticism, everything he does is infallible. Everything he's perfect. He's the best voice actor you ever heard of, right? The fuck are you talking about, right? No. You have great work that doesn't make you a perfect person who's infallible and can't do wrong things, right? Listen, I've learned that over the years because I used to be the most pig-headed, stubborn, dumbass piece of crap. And then over the years, people said, no, Phil, you're wrong here, here, here. And I said, no, my shit doesn't stink. I know better than you. And what happened, right? The entire internet rallied against me, said I was a scumbag, bad content creator. And I changed. I'm different now, man. Now you tell me something, I'll listen. Because I realize I'm not some better than you kind of deal. You know, I want my content to get better. I want to be a better person. You know, take a look at how I've changed in the last 5 years. When I became a full-time streamer and I started interacting with you guys on a daily basis, we started having these important conversations about this kind of shit. This is meaningful to me now, you know, and I like that. And I basically, some people are basically making fun of me because the sun came out and it's shining off the floor. All right, hold on. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. Can we get back to the point now? Boy, I look pink now. Can we get back to the point now? The point I'm making here is I used to kind of be like him. Really, I know. I've been there. But over time, I kind of realized, man, that was a bad way to live. Like, yeah, you could be good at something. That doesn't mean that you're perfect or infallible. You should always listen to opinion or whatever. This guy, time and time again, doesn't do that. He just literally thinks that he insulates himself and he surrounds himself with butt kissers, right? Who just say, no, you're good, everything's good, good, good. And then you never improve as a person. And now look what's happened. I mean, this guy could actually, like, end himself and his career with this choice. If enough public opinion is rallied against Troy Baker, that might be the end of it, you know? But for me, not really caring that much about that, to be honest. There's a zillion voice actors out there that can also voice act if he were ever to never get work again. The point I'm worried about is I don't want NFTs to become a prominent and major thing in gaming. I just don't. I think it's dumb as shit. I think it's fluff. I think it's a waste of time, and it's just people trying to make a quick buck. It's greed. And imagine if every game you play now is so fucking embroiled with fucking NFTs, right? That now you can't even enjoy the base fucking game. Imagine paying 60, 70 bucks to play a base game, but the only way to really enjoy the game is to spend another $100 on NFTs, add-ons, right? It's not good, man. So I really, really hope. Number one, I actually hope, I'll outright say this. Like I said, I like Troy Baker as a voice actor. I hope that he doesn't have a negative effect on his career because of this. I wish the guy the best, and I actually hope that he continues to have success doing what he's great at. I want him to continue to be a successful artist and do great voices in video games because he's outstanding at it. I would be nothing than happy to see him continue to be amazing characters in games moving forward. But man, I hope that he fucking comes to his senses and stops being a douchebag piece of shit. Because, wow, he is a douchebag piece of shit right now, and everyone is hating on him appropriately for it, and he needs to wake up. Because what he's doing is not only greedy, it's harmful. And that's really where it gets dangerous. It's one thing if the thing is greed and it benefits you, but it's fine, doesn't really hurt anyone. It's another thing when literally if you make NFTs mainstream, you could hurt the entire industry. And that's what he doesn't see because all he sees are the dollar signs in front of his eyeballs. He needs to wake up and have people educate him on it so he realizes what he's doing is actually harmful to others. And I was not surprised when I saw this story. Like, whoa, it blew up that big? Yeah, it did. And it's just getting worse, actually, for him. So, whew. What I would hope, and here's really what I ultimately hope, too. Like I said, people like this tend to isolate themselves from reality. I hope that he doesn't surround himself now with a bunch of other actors and people in the industry who tell him what he's doing is good, and now they just ignore everyone else. Because they could literally hurt the industry as a whole acting like this. So, okay. Let's go ahead and let us do shout-outs for the stream, my friends. Let's start off with the YouTube side of things. There's not too many YouTube contributions today, so this will be quicker. We start off today. The first super chat is from Zoya, saying, did you take medication to alleviate a gastric issue? Yeah, it was called loosening my sphincter muscle and my esophagus to release the gas. No, if I ever have gastrointestinal distress or whatever you're referring to here, I'll I'll take something for it. But again, as I talked about this yesterday, actually, people were like, oh, do you take medicine all the time for this or that? And my answer is no. Actually, I will only take medicine if I absolutely feel like I'm at my limit and I need to take it. Why? Because I feel that, especially Americans, tend to over-medicate a lot because things are over-the-counter drugs. You can just buy them as easily as you can get them. They're right there at every pharmacy. Just buy it right away, right? Oh, man, I got a slight discomfort. Let me go buy gas medicine. Oh, I got a minor headache. Let me pump 3 Tylenol into me. When you do that, you over-medicate yourself to the point where those medications don't become effective anymore. Now when something's serious and you really need it, it doesn't work. So I purposely don't take anything till I absolutely need it. So when I take the minimum dose, it works. So, yeah, if I'm sitting here and I can't stop belching, I'm gassy as fuck, I'll go take a gas pill. But I'll do it so rarely so that way when I really, really need it because I'm bloated and in pain, it works. You see? There you go. Zoya did a super chat saying, on your new talk channel, might Cat be involved? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't have a new talk channel. Marxist Carl did a super chat, says the world would be a better place without Twitter. Would you ever take a break from social media and the toxicity that surrounds it? I deleted the app. You know, sometimes you need to. It's true. Sometimes you just need to unplug. And there's been times over my now almost 14 years as a content creator where I try to unplug. It's hard because, you know, my job is to be in touch with everything going on online and talk about it and be involved in it, you know. But sometimes you need to. Luckily for me, there's been very little drama that I've been involved in, you know, nonsensically on Twitter many years, so I'm not really too worried about it. Nathan Smith did a super chat, says, Phil, what's one character you want to see in Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, hero or villain? I don't really care. I'm just being honest. I don't really care. I'm not a super hype superhero guy anymore. When I was younger, I was totally into superheroes and shit, supervillains. I don't really care anymore. Like, I'll probably enjoy the game. I'll probably enjoy the appearances of whoever they choose to be in it. But I'm not super into it where I'm going to be, like, caring about specifically what character is in what, you know? Just being honest. Son Robin did a super chat and says, this is toxic. Why the hateful rant for Troy? There was no hateful rant about Troy. This is me relaying a story that's going on right now. I was reading tweets, word for word, that literally were explaining the situation way better. And all I was doing was adding a little bit of colorful flair to the commentary. This is not me just sitting here crapping on him. And by the way, like I said, I actually have tremendous respect for the guy. But I think now, after today, you guys have a better understanding of why I've been so critical of him over the years. Because he's literally been like this forever. This is not an overnight thing that all of a sudden Troy has betrayed us and acted like this. He's always been like this. But people tend to see his work and then ignore the other side of it. You see what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden people are like shocked. Wait, he's a jerk? Yeah, you always been. Yeah, he never was not. It's just that you guys like his voice acting. I do too. Okay. So Trill1817 is our first tipper of the day. A $20 tip. He says, Duma, let's go 3-day weekend. Sounds good. And yes, the 3-day weekend is probably a great thing for many people. I don't know why people would have a 3-day weekend. Actually, wait a minute. Isn't Monday Martin Luther King Day? I think it is, isn't it? I have to look into this. I think it might actually be a holiday. I'm not sure. And I got to figure out what's open on that day, too, because Monday's my day off. And since they didn't pick up the garbage around here, I got to go to the dump. And I'm wondering if the dump will actually be open on Monday because it's Martin Luther King Day. It might not be. To figure this out. Anyway, so I guess some people will have a 3-day weekend. I guess we'll see. Thank you for the tip. And then Cracker Jacks tipped me $30 this morning. So it sounds like whatever issue he was having yesterday, because he was trying to tip me yesterday, it didn't work, may have been resolved. So that's cool. Thank you, Cracker Jacks. Already we're up to the $50 tip goal, which is awesome, guys. Thank you for the support today. Let's get the glasses on. Here we go. Atlas Telemonis tipped me $10. Hold on. Atlas Telemonis tipped me $10. And he says, it's been asked before, but recent period asking again, how many women do you reckon watch your streams and or members or regulars? The thing is, there's no way to tell. There literally is no way to tell. The only way that you can try to figure something out like that is you have to completely trust demographics on these sites. So I'll give you some perspective here, okay? Right now, I can go over to my YouTube content dashboard, which is right here. And I can go to analytics. And I open up analytics, all right? And here we are, overview, reach, engagement, audience, revenue. I'll click on audience, okay? So now I'm looking at the audience page. And I look here, and I scroll down, and it shows your audience and channels your audience comes from, and all this shit and all that shit and blah, 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 okay? When your viewers are actually on YouTube, top geographies, United States is 45%. United Kingdom is 10% of my viewership. Canada is only 3%. So more people from the UK watch me than Canada by 300%. What's wrong with you guys in Canada? You don't like me? Come on. Look at this. How many people are subbed versus not subbed? And then finally I scroll down here, okay? Age and gender. All right? And according to YouTube, this is only according to YouTube. It doesn't mean it's accurate. 92.8% of the people who watch me are male. 7.2% of the people who watch me are female. And then when you actually look at the breakdown of ages, you may actually be shocked at this one. From the age of 13 to 17 years, only less than 2% of people who watch me. 18 to 24-year-olds constitute a whopping 26% of the people who watch me. That's a lot. 25 to 34-year-olds, 47.7% of the people who watch me are 25 to 34. Okay? 35 to 44-year-olds, 16%. And then after that, it's basically kind of negligible. It just kind of counts down to like 5%, 2%, 1% as you get into older age ranges. So essentially what YouTube is telling me is the vast majority of people who watch me are males from the age of 18 to 44. That's what YouTube says, okay? Now, again, I have to emphasize that's what YouTube says. That doesn't actually mean it's true, okay? What that means is that's when people registered for YouTube, okay, and put in their information. That's what they told YouTube. It doesn't mean it's real. YouTube doesn't verify your fucking driver's license or government ID to make sure that what you're saying is true, right? You could literally say anything you want. But in general, I would believe that probably most people are being truthful with that information. So in general, that's my statistics. And actually, it's a little shocking to me because a lot of people always say, oh, Phil, most of your audience is like teenagers. Actually, this is saying actually only less than a fifth of my audience is teenagers. It's mostly adults. It's mostly people from their age range of like their 20s, early 20s, all the way to like their mid 40s. That's the people who watch my content. And then a few people below and a few people above. The teen audience is not mine. The teen audience is going over and watching the people playing the hot fucking viral memer games and shit, you know? They're not watching me. Okay, Eternal Napalm took me $2. Said G4 TV, which recently just came back from the dead, went on a mega rant and took a page from Druckmann claiming viewers are sexist, pigs, and racists. It has caused severe backlash. Our channels like G4 old fossils of a bygone era. I have no idea because I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see it, nor do I understand the context of it. I didn't know that there was a backlash against it. Probably if you're restarting a network, you probably shouldn't try to insult your viewership. At the same time, I don't understand what you're saying, the context, I don't know. So I can't really comment on it. Obviously there must have been a desire for them to come back or else they wouldn't have been able to successfully come back. It would be pretty bad if they ruined it though. Hopefully they didn't ruin it for themselves, right? Huh. Okay, so Lucifer Soul has tipped me $4.20 and says, I thought NFTs represented a membership to something or ownership if you own them all. Like in the future, you're going to have to show a McDonald's NFT to eat at McDonald's in the first place. No, that's not true. At least, not yet. Maybe there will be eventually, but right now that's not really the idea behind NFTs. And then he did another tip, $4.20. He said, NFTs look really stupid. Its value is represented by a stupid acid trip picture. Then again, a piece of hemp paper with ink to represent money isn't the most ideal, but for sure, it's less ridiculous. Okay. Thank you for your opinions and your support here, Lucifer Soul. Appreciate that. All right. Hello, Cheerio Eater. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, if you can believe it, you want to talk about appropriate timing. The that's pretty much the end of the pre-stream. We got one more contribution that came in from Nathan Smith. He says, what are your favorite characters that Troy voiced? I mean, probably Joel in Last of Us, right? Probably. That's one of the most notable ones. That he was a return character and everyone kind of still loves Joel as a character. Even though he's fucking dead. He turned into a fucking paste. You know? So, yeah, I would probably say Joel would actually be my favorite character of his. Although he's voiced many characters in many games. That's the one that you kind of go back to over time and think that, wow, he did a great job with that one, right? So there you go. All right. Spoilers. You actually think that that's a fucking spoiler? The real spoiler is that he comes back in Last of Us 3 as one of the fucking zombies. But anyway, that's it, guys, for the pre-stream podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much. By the way, you too can make a bid on the the DSPGaming NFT if you're interested. All right, the starting bid is about $45,000, so I hope you got your pocketbooks open. You're ready? You're ready to show you with your wallets the true value of DSP Gaming as a content creation channel here on the internet. That DSP Gaming logo right down there can be yours for a low starting bid. Yeah, baby, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's be like Troy Baker, yeah. All right. I think it's time to end the pre-stream. All right, sounds good.